So before we get started, I did want to mention that this video is sponsored by WKWIG Hair. They sent me some bundles, and in the package, the first thing I got is this deluxe wig cap. And then look at the bundles. They're so pretty. This is 4 bundles and a closure of their Brazilian deep wave. Longest length is 24 inches. So we're going to go ahead and prep the closure because it didn't come bleached. So of course we have our Clairol Basic White Extra Strength Lightening Powder, as well as our Clairol Kaleido Colors in blue for dark hair, and some cream developer, and I always like to use Sturdy the Volume. Put everything in a bowl, mix it all up, and you get a thick consistency. So I have the closure flipped inside out, and I'm just gently, and I really mean gently, placing the concoction onto the lace so that it doesn't seep through and bleach the hair. You just want it to be light and gentle so that it can just bleach the lace and lighten it to a scalp-like color. Now to process, you can actually put it down on some foil, but I didn't have any. But I put it down on a little card and set it for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, the closure was bleached. So I'm going to make the wig. Obviously, I just used the spandex dome style wig caps. These are very stretchy, and I think they're really good for making wigs. I love them, and these are the ones that I use. I line up my mannequin head with the wig cap on there, and I begin to sew. So I wanted to show you guys how much hair that WKWIG Hair puts on one bundle. It is a lot of hair. I honestly did not even use all 4 bundles for this style, and it was still full. So I'm starting from the side, but more towards the bottom side, just so that first bundle can be very thick and voluminous. And I like to double my first 2 tracks when working with 4 bundles, just so I can get the max amount of volume all over the hair. So I just work my way up through my sewing. So the next thing I wanted to just show you guys is putting on the closure. As you can see, the closure is bleached now and it has a scalp-like color, and I also used makeup to get this color as well so that it can look like an actual scalp with hair growing right out of the head. So I place it on sideways so that I can get a deep part, and so that the closure can sit nicely for like a nice deep side part, because I just felt like it was going to be cute. I pinned down the closure all over the head, and it's time for me to start sewing this closure on. So I didn't really get into depth with this, but I just sew around the closure and make sure that everything is nice and tight, make sure it falls over nicely, and just making sure that the closure is going to stay on and not come off or lift anywhere. So this is what the hair looked like when I was done. As you guys can see, it is a really cute style, very soft curly hair. I love it. Next thing I'm going to be doing is customizing the closure. So I'm taking a spray bottle of water and I'm just saturating the hair. I'm also taking some tweezers so I can pluck, as well as a comb so I can brush out the hair that I am plucking. So I just spray the water and I saturate the hair just around that hairline. And I honestly could have left it like this because not everybody wants their hairline to be plucked as if it's like a frontal, but I just like to pluck mine just a little bit. My lace did shift and I ended up kind of plucking a kind of big hole, but it honestly melts right nicely in with my forehead. So this is what the hair looks like, and I love it. Beautiful curl pattern, definitely some beautiful hair. This will be for sale for my next Wigs by Queen Chioma. So that is it, and let's get right into this video. Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video. Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, Chioma Chats, hey. Okay, so as you guys can tell from the video, today is another Chioma Chats video. Today's video is titled Khloe Kardashian Got Her Man Snatched. And when I say snatched, I mean snatched like the edges that have been being snatched since 2017 up until now. Snatched like the government was snatching our taxes all through 2018 and we are just now getting it back. Snatched like Swiper was doing Boots and Dora and all of Dora the Explorer, snatching and swiping and all of that. She got her man snatched. Now, this video is contrary to popular belief. I am not here to bash Miss Khloe Kardashian because, quite frankly, I don't find this a funny situation. I don't find it humorous. I don't find it comical. I don't find it anything along those terms. I find it funny that the internet is making it into a joke, but I mean, that's what we do, right? We take things that are supposed to be sensitive and we try to desensitize them, and then things that are not as sensitive, people really try to sensitize them. But welcome to 2019 here in this world. So I have broken my video down into 5 main talking points that I want to cover throughout this whole video. So let's get right into this video. So the background story is, if you guys have not heard, heard is that Khloe Kardashian got her man taken by Kylie Jenner, her little sister's best friend, Jordyn Woods. So essentially, the Kardashians, they're pretty well known. Almost everyone knows them. They're household names. Khloe Kardashian is one of the sisters within that whole entire clan. She was dating, no, they were never engaged. She was dating and also had a child with Cleveland Cavaliers player Tristan Thompson. They were in a relationship for a good little bit, and then he got her pregnant. And right before she gave birth to the baby, I mean days before she gave birth to their daughter True, which was almost a year ago, videos surfaced all over social media of him kissing 2 other women in a club. Does it get any more dogly? Does it get any more men are trashy? Does it get any more men ain't shitty? You feel me? It just was like, whoa. You have a girlfriend at home who is pregnant with your child, who is days, not weeks, not months, but days away from giving birth. And some way, somehow, the media decides to release this days before. And even though the video's footage dated back to months before, it still doesn't matter because number 1, she was pregnant. Number 2, she's your girlfriend. And 3, you guys made a commitment together. You should not be cheating on anyone. Once you make a commitment, it's all over for the world to see. Everybody knows you guys are in a relationship. So the girls that you cheated on her with obviously have no respect for themselves or your relationship or you, Mr. Tristan Thompson, at all. So a lot of people have been asking, what is the credibility of this story? The Kardashians are known to make very trend-worthy, trend-setting titles, actions, things happen all the time that revolve around the Kardashian and their whole entire family. And I feel like sometimes they do it very calculated. You know, Kylie Jenner dropped that she had her baby right before the Super Bowl last year. Granted, you're gonna celebrate your child when your child is born. You're not gonna wait because the Super Bowl's on. And honestly, forget NFL. Still, it was just kind of calculated and just other little things here and there that the sisters, for whatever reason, always seem to drop something when they're either 1, haven't been in the media or a while, or 2, like a big event is coming up. There's been times that they've done that a lot. So people speculated that this may be another one of their PR publicity stunts for them to stay relevant, stay current, stay in the news, stay trending. And you know, their mama, the momager, the manager, Kris Jenner, is always looking for something hot and spicy to keep her girls relevant. So this is some form of a concoction with a K for them to come up with and keep those names trending. But this one has just been a little bit too extreme just because 1, the nature of the situation, and 2, the precedent that has occurred. The second point that I want to talk about is why is everyone blaming Jordyn, Kylie's friend? Granted, yes, she deserves every blame. If this story is true, she deserves every blame that there is to get. I mean, girl, you know they're in a relationship. Hell, I know they're in a relationship and I don't even know y'all. The whole world knows. 2, that is your best friend's sister's baby's father. It's not her boyfriend. It's not someone who she's just sleeping with. That is her child's father. There's a baby involved with that situation. And then 3, sis, you're famous and you're rich. You have the upper echelon of men at your fingertips just because you are with this family. You've known them for so long. This is like a childhood friend to Kylie Jenner. How did you choose out of all the men, one that is taken with 2 children at that by 2 different women? Why would you choose him to be the one to cheat on? I mean, it's just crazy. But I don't like how the internet is only really blaming her or going off on her. Now, there have been reports saying that the Kardashians, all of the sisters, Kourtney, Khloe, Kim, have all unfollowed Jordyn Woods on their social media, which, I mean, it's rightfully, and you know, it's rightfully deserved, you know what I'm saying? I would have unfollowed her too. There's no reason for me to keep you around. But now those little petty actions really deflect away from who's really at fault here. And it's both 50-50 because it took 2 to tango, whatever it is. But Tristan Thompson needs to be held responsible. Not that many people are dragging Tristan. Not that many people are talking about him. Not that many people are making him look like he had any wrongdoing in this. But it's only because he's done this before and before and before. He's a known cheater. Now, the third point that I wanted to talk about is the irony. So there was so many rumors going around about how, I don't even know these are rumors, these low-key kind of facts, but the Kardashians are often known for taking the men of many different women in the industry. So, for example, Blac Chyna and Tyga were in a relationship for years, had a son, I guess talked about engagement, and then also Kim Kardashian was friends with Blac Chyna. No matter how many times Kim tries to play like she didn't know who Chyna was, she definitely did. They were friends, so obviously if you're around Kim, you're knowing her mom, her brother, her sisters, her cousins, her children, her homegirls. You guys are all within the same vicinity. You guys are all within the same circle. So I'm pretty sure prior to Kylie Jenner and Tyga's relationship, Blac Chyna and Kylie had some form of run-in, even if it was, oh, I'm coming over for dinner, I'm gonna say hi. They had some form of run-in. And then years later, Tyga started screwing Kylie while she was underage, if I may ask. And then Kylie took him from Chyna. Now, granted, I know people are gonna be like, well, how can someone take somebody and, you know, that person wanted to leave? Yeah, I understand, and I definitely agree with that too. But essentially, if you go out of your way to disrespect a companionship or a union of two people who you know, for the best part, are supposed to be committed, because obviously sometimes one person could be committed and another person cannot be, and you go out your way to infiltrate that relationship, you are wrong. So you try to take somebody away, you try to distract them, you try to do something. That doesn't make the person that actually did follow what you were doing any less of a suspect, but essentially you are also wrong in that position. There's other rumors about how Khloe actually took some of the men that she's dated away from some of her friends or homegirls. For example, French Montana, as well as James Harden. Khloe definitely dated both of those two men. Both of those men, I believe, were dating Trina at one point, and Khloe and Trina were friends. So people are like, wow, irony is crazy. I think the biggest and most ironic part is that Tristan Thompson was dating a model slash Instagram girl named Jordyn. Jordyn and him were expecting a child, a son, and during her third trimester, Tristan left her, cheated on her, which is why they call him Tristan Third Trimester Thompson, and got with Khloe. Then she had the baby and has since been done with Tristan. And then it's so ironic how the person that infiltrates this whole Khloe and Tristan type of union is another girl named Jordyn. And the Instagram comments, memes, social media has gone crazy putting two and two together because it is very ironic. And I just find that so crazy because I'm like, ooh, now that's some tea for you. The fourth thing I wanted to bring up is this even true? I mean, like I said, the Kardashians are known to do a lot of calculated and very much artificially contrived BS to keep themselves relevant. And I don't even feel like they need to, because I feel like they are something within this generation's culture that will never go anywhere. They've capitalized off of a lot of things and have made a name for themselves. I don't think they're ever going to go anywhere, so I find it weird that they have to do these little things here and there. But is this even true? If you ask me personally, from seeing them all unfollow Jordyn and the backlash and the comments that they've made that have even been reposted to like the shade rooms, and seeing that they are kind of confirming this, has also made me feel like, okay, this actually might be true. But you just never know with the Kardashians. So I cannot confirm or deny, but let's just say it is true because that's what's being portrayed, and we're going to talk about that. But do you guys think it's true? Please let me know. Now, the fifth and final thing that I wanted to talk about is just my overall opinion on this situation. Again, nobody is right in this situation. Khloe, the way how you get them is the way how you lose them. If you feel like Tristan was done with a situation with someone who is bringing a child into the world, it doesn't matter which way you flip it, toss it, flip it and reverse it, twerk it, sit on it, bounce on it, you are wrong. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whether he was telling you that he's no longer with this girl, he was still expecting a child by her. So it's still kind of like, ooh, kind of cringe that you blatantly put yourself into that situation and fell in love with Tristan. I get it. He's cute. He looks nice. He has money. He plays basketball. He's an athlete. And I know Khloe has always wanted to feel this love. She hasn't had the best relationships, but I feel like she just needs to let this all come naturally to her. She's going to find that right one, and Tristan was never the one. Point two to this, my opinion, is that ladies, if he cheats on you once and he has shown no actions of feeling remorseful, changing, or anything along those lines, you leave him, because baby, he gonna do it again, and that's what the hell happened here tonight. Thank you, ma'am. He went ahead and did what Tristan Thompson does, because Tristan Thompson thinks that he can do that. It really sucks because there's a little girl that's in this situation watching, who is eventually going to grow up and see how her dad embarrassed her mom. There's also a little boy in this situation who was going to grow up and see how his dad embarrassed his mom and his sister's mom, and it really does suck. I mean, I just feel like at the end of the day, some men really are trash, not all of them, but this is a prime example of hyper-masculinity, feeling entitled, not having respect, and just overall being a useless example of what a man should be. I feel like no man acts like this. Boys act like this. Immature people, act like this, but a man doesn't act like this. But I feel like it's to the point where she doesn't really care that much and is really ready to just cut Tristan because she's already gone through that hurt once. When it comes to heartbreak, when you're a guy or whomever does you so dirty, you feel heartbroken, you feel hurt. Once that happens to you once, you kind of become desensitized to other situations, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. She gave him another chance. He proved her to be wrong, and it is what it is. So overall, what are you guys' thoughts on this situation? Do you guys think this is true? Do you guys think that this is not true? Do you guys feel like this is her karma? Did you think this is an ironic situation? How do you guys feel like the internet treated Jordyn Woods? Do you think like it was fair, as well as Tristan? And what are your overall thoughts on the whole situation? Don't forget to also check down below for West Kiss Hair, because they sponsored this hair in this video. It's definitely popping with my natural wave hair. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.